Hello from Western New York. And well, trying to make one of these videos. Why do I garden? Tried to make a similar video a few months back, about a month back, but well, a couple of weeks back anyways, but apparently it didn't turn on the recording thing, and well, at the time I had other things to film, you know. Now, if you've seen my videos from about a month back, I mean, you'd notice that this was bare. And there was nothing. Now, I will admit that I bought most of these things. This is a blueberry tomato, real small, about the size of its namesake. Couple more on there. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't normally like tomatoes. I don't know if I'll be eating this one or any of the others. I know I don't eat the beef one, the beef steaks, or any of the really big ones. Smaller ones on the other hand, I'll eat them. But that's your, and I'll be honest, a lot of these plants, well, the peppers and the tomatoes, I actually got those for free. Same with this. As for the squash, well, that came from the seeds that grew from, well, basically, produced in it. Well, let's put it this way. The person who originally put this in, this raised bed here, they left a couple years ago. Because, well, they'd lived here for a number of years. They had moved in with their husband, who was a good friend of mine. But he passed away from complications. He was a good friend. Bought me my first raspberry plants. I'd been wanting to have some raspberry plants for a long time, and he bought them for me for a birthday present. I don't have many friends like that, you know. I mean, how many people do you know are going to take the time to understand a young man who has a number of issues? He took that time, he learned about me. Heard I wanted raspberries, and he bought me some. And that was how my raspberry patch started, really. Sometimes I wonder if I just even have any of the rootstock from the original plants. Kinda hope I do. Probably do. Well, anyways, why do I garden? Well, the truth of the matter is, I come from a long line of farmers. My father was a farmer. My grandparents on both sides were farmers. Or worked for farms. And they always grew gardens. Because you needed to grow food. You know. Yeah, and I know there's going to be a number of silences, but sometimes you got to think a little bit about those memories. Well, like I said, farming is in the blood. You know, we grew, we farmed, and we always made a garden. And that's been passed down to me. I mean, I'll be honest, I never made an actual garden myself, you know, by myself, until this year when I said that I was going to grow a garden. I mean, I'd bought all. Well, if you've seen previous videos of my yard, you'd see I got blueberries over there. I put a bunch of them in last year, put some more in this year. All along the side of my barn I got raspberries, that's all filled up. Around the embankment, more raspberries and blackberries, that's all filled up. And it's unlikely that I'm going to plant any fruit trees. I would love to plant some apple trees, though I'll admit to that, or even some pear trees, or fruit trees in general, but unlikely. After all, I've just rented this vase from my great uncle, and who knows what's going to happen in the next 20 years. But well, basically, this year I decided I was going to plant my garden. Plant those, you know, I've been talking to my aunt, who currently owns a trailer that this is technically on, in the yard that this is technically on. Well, filled this thing up with dirt, you know, potting soil, garden soil, compost, dehydrated cow manure, vermiculite, perlite, all that stuff. And I even have plans to add in some more, because I got a couple of neighbors who are farmers who they got piles of aged manure that has been decomposing for, well, I guess they're probably using it for their own garden or whatever. You know, talking to them, it's like, sure, just make sure, you know, get permission, that sort of stuff. And eventually I'll see about adding in some more on top. You know, in the fall, when this is all died down. That way I can get a nice start on for next year. And well, we'll see what happens, you know. Probably put in a few wheelbarrow loads, you know, try to get it up to the top, you know, let it break down over the winter, and then I can focus on growing vegetables in this, you know, and not wait for end of the year freebies. Now, let's hear. Why do I garden? I mean, that's the whole question. Truth of the matter is, it's something of a family thing for me. Like I said, I come from a long line of farmers. We didn't make a whole lot of money, so we had to garden in order to have food. And the truth of the matter is, some of this stuff is just pretty simple to grow. You know, you just dig a hole, put the plant in the ground, put the seeds in the ground, and then you wait a few weeks, sometimes a little longer. It's a lot to think about. Like I said, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so we had to, in order to make sure we had food, we had to grow it. Now, I won't say we saved seeds, and I wouldn't be too surprised if if there's those who knew how to do that. I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, I know that I know we canned stuff, that much I remember. You know, I mean, it's just... And then as for my mother, well, she's always growing flowers and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I never really got bothered too much about flowers, but, well, you do some research, and then it's like, there's a good reason why you might want to plant at least a few flowers in your garden. Some will keep away pest insects that would otherwise bother your crops. Some attract the pollinators, which will make sure that you got a crop. And I suppose it's a way of me getting back to my roots. I mean, I guess in a way it helps me get a little bit closer to my father. guess that's about it, really. I mean, I guess there's a couple other good reasons as to why people might garden. I mean, for one, you're sitting out here in the sun, you're getting some vitamin D or whatever. You're not sitting in front of the TV or the computer. You're listening to some birds. Starting to get a little cloudy though, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. Well, there is one nice benefit. Free food. I mean, this is all free. The only thing that wasn't free is the dirt, and that probably cost me about, well, in this bed alone, they probably got about $80 worth of dirt, but even so, that, given the fact that they bought the stuff on discount, saved me $200 plus bucks, maybe a little more. And like I mentioned, all these now that's a nice one. Perfect specimen of a blueberry tomato. And like I said, I don't normally like tomatoes. But I like these ones. Hope to get them next year. Along with a couple other small tomatoes. And maybe a couple of big ones, you know, I might want a sandwich. And who knows what else I'll be getting. Well, this is Wes from New York. Subscribe if you like this. Post comments, hit the like button, all that sort of stuff. Okay, goodbye.